James Gunn may have teased a brand new character that he's gonna be bringing into the DCU, a character that a lot of us, if you love this character, have been anticipating for a long time and also anticipating the actor who's gonna portray her. Stick around as I discuss the possibility of Teyana Taylor playing Vixen from the DC universe in the DCU. Stick around.
You're now watching The Captain.
So y'all bear with me a little bit. I'm a little bit sick, I'm a little bit under the weather, but I wanted to do something I don't normally do and give my thoughts on possible news and speculate a little bit. I have been a big fan of Vixen for a very long time, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people that have watched the Justice League the animated series or any various DC animated stuff, you've probably seen Vixen pop up here and there. Vixen, for the most part, is a character within DC Comics who came out in 1981 in Action Comics 521, and she is a character who operates very similar to a character like Beast Boy to an extent. She has the ability to channel animal abilities and animal spirits through a Tantu totem she has. The other quick description of her power said, Vixen is a character who is a descendant of a African warrior who, back in the olden days, asked the god Anansi in Africa for a totem to give the abilities to harness the spirits and the abilities of any animal that is in the animal kingdom. That being granted through the guise of this necklace, this totem that was passed down generation to generation within Vixen's family. When she got it, she was able to use this as a way to utilize the abilities of any animal within the animal kingdom. Think a character like Beast Boy, but she doesn't actively change into an animal, at least in most versions. I think in some parts of certain comics, she can either shapeshift her entire body into an animal, or she at least takes on partial forms of animals in like a pseudo like Thundercat kind of situation thing she has going on. To say the least, she's very much so strong, and the power she harnesses is not just this random power that's gone through Anansi, but she's able to channel the abilities of the Red. The Red is essentially this all-encompassing energy that is encompassing the world of animals within DC Universe. If you watched the recent Peacemaker season and saw the Prime Eagle of Eagly, we understand that he is some way utilizing abilities that take place within the Red. So a lot of her abilities are going to kind of come from the same place that Eagly gets his stuff from within the DCU. And she's also going to be opposite to Swamp Thing, a character that has been announced to have his own series come out within the next, I think, couple years or so. I think maybe 2027, 2028, I can't remember exactly. His abilities come from the green, which are essentially the flora aspect to Vixen's fauna aspect within DC Comics. Now, you're probably asking, where did all this news and information come from, and why do I think this is closer than you might think? Well, James Gunn posted a story of him at dinner with Teyana Taylor, and it's pretty safe to assume that they're going to be discussing casting choices. And I find this also very interesting for the factor of her significant other right now being Aaron Pierre, the man that's been casted as John Stewart, Green Lantern within the DCU. So it kind of makes sense that James Gunn would reach out to her, being that her significant other is heavily tied into the DCU as well. Plus, she's also an amazing actor. Let's just start there. If you want a key example that's recent of how great of an actor she is, go see the new One Battle After Another that come out, I think, a couple weeks ago within theaters, that's starring her and Leonardo DiCaprio and a slew of other great actors. Great movie. I think she may have a possible Oscar nomination for the film, but all that to say the least, Teyana Taylor can act her ass off. But not only can she act her ass off, she has the aspect of the character that most super nerd fans love, and the fact that she looks like the character. This is one of those situations where fan casting, honestly, isn't too far of a stretch for me as far as her being this character, because if you look and compare them side by side, for the most part, Teyana Taylor's had a hairstyle similar to Vixen, being like the little short bob or the finger waves and things like that, and she has like the physical buildup and frame of Vixen. Teyana Taylor has always very much so been in shape, and she looks amazing, a very much so fine ass woman, and I feel like she'd be able to handle a lot of the physicality that will come with the part of Vixen, because she has a frame for it. And it's really dope to me that Gunn is going down this route potentially of bringing a character like this within the DCU. A character in Vixen who I feel like hasn't necessarily caught on to a lot of the mainstream stuff that people keep up with when it comes to DC. If you watch the Justice League, the animated series, you've seen her have a little arc there with John Stewart as they're having a love romance there. She's had her own animated movie that came out on DC that I thought was okay. She's been in things here and there. I think she even made an appearance in Young Justice at one point in time. So you've seen the character bounced around into different projects, but the mainstream hooks haven't really caught on quite yet, like you would expect somebody like a Miles Morales from Marvel. But I think if she was given her own series, her own movie, and is made a big part of this stuff with an actor of the same pedigree of a Teyana Taylor, I could see Vixen catching on and being a very popular character. At bare minimum, her being loved by the Black community, because again, she's one of those characters that you've seen cosplayed a million times over because she is just that badass. She has the possibility of being one of the more stronger people within the DCU, and also has the ability to be very much more so charismatic and has a certain sex appeal that you would want from a female hero. She has everything you could want in a hero. She has the strength, she has the cool factor, she has the cool abilities, and she even has a sex appeal. She's one of those characters that just, I feel like, is destined to be in the mainstream, but hasn't really been in a project yet that would warrant that kind of attention quite yet. Now, again, hardcore fans understand who she is and know who she is, but I very much so am excited to see where she could possibly be in going forward. And again, for me, this has been my perfect casting for a long time, so hopefully we'll see how this goes. Now, I could be wrong in the future where Gunn comes out and says she's a completely different character. I wouldn't be mad at that. Like, maybe they cast her as Nubia. I know that's something that James Gunn has 100% confirmed is going to happen as far as a character. Like, we're going to see Nubia within the DCU. But for me, I feel like Vixen just makes the most sense, especially with the factor of when you're looking at something like the Justice League animated series, Vixen and Jon Stewart had a little bit of a romance thing, or had a little bit of a love triangle going on with her, Jon, and Hawkgirl in that film. So now the fact that we have Hawkgirl confirmed and she has made an appearance in Superman, and we know that Jon Stewart is coming within the Lantern show, it would just be dope to have that little, call back to the animated series, to maybe not have that exact storyline go down, but to have these three characters interact to some form or fashion. So again, y'all let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this news, and is it something that you think is very likely, or is it something that you don't really care about? My name is Captain Diesel of Captain Diesel's Dojo. If you guys are new here, I usually cover anything nerdy from comics to anime, gaming, everything in between, especially horror movies. So if you guys are interested in seeing any of that content, please hit that like button, because if you made it this far in the video, you obviously liked the video at this point. Hit the subscribe button, and then there's a new hype thing going on with YouTube where you guys can help out smaller creators. So please hype the video. But again, this has been Captain Diesel of Captain Diesel's Dojo, and I will see you guys next time. And remember, forever and always,
You're now watching the Captain.
and I will see you guys next time. Peace.